welcome to the Parents Math Tutor. If you already watched my number lines video for parents, then you already have the tools you need to teach your children number lines at home. But this video is just for your children. Sit them down in front of the computer and they can follow along a number lines lesson with me. Hey friends, let's get some number line practice today. You're going to need to get a piece of paper and a pencil and draw the number line that you see in front of you. It says plot X on the number line to show the number 75. So the first number you're going to draw is 70. That's called an anchor number. And the last number you're going to draw is 80. These are called anchor numbers. An anchor number is the first number and the last number that you see on a number line. If you need to pause the video to draw the number line and then unpause, feel free to do that. Okay, we are going to plot the letter X. Plot means put. We're going to put the number 75 somewhere on this number line. So if I'm starting with 70 and I'm ending with 80, I need to figure out the interval. So I'm going to draw 70 here and let's count on 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. I counted on 10 times. So that means the interval of this number line is 10. All right. And now I need to figure out where 75 would go. Well, if I know my tens facts, because 10 is a friendly number, I know that 5 plus 5 equals 10. That's right. And so if I know that 5 plus 5 equals 10, that means half of 10 is 5. So since I have a number line that goes 10 numbers, 75 is going to be right at the halfway mark. So plot the number 75 with me on this number line. Go as close to the very middle in between 70 and 80 as you can, and that's where we're going to put the letter X. Are you ready for another? All right, this one says label the number line to skip count by fives. We're going to figure out what number M represents. So go ahead and pause the video and draw a number line to match mine where 35 is your first anchor number, and then you have a missing number where the letter M is. Unpause when you're ready to move on. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is put my own tick marks on this number line because it was kind of empty. And it tells me to skip count by fives. So if I start back at 25, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Go ahead and pause and catch up where you have skip counted by fives. Unpause when you're ready. By skip counting by fives, we have figured out that M equals 40 on this number line. Are you ready to do another one? Let's do it. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and you have a lot of drawing to do. You have a number line that has 8 tick marks on it. 68 is the first anchor number, and 82 is the last anchor number. The second and third say A and B, and then you've got 74, 76, you've got a blank tick mark, and then you have C. So go ahead and pause the video and get this all drawn out, and then unpause. Okay, so when I look at a number line like this that wants me to figure out A, B, and C, we want to figure out what numbers are missing from this number line. The first thing that I think of is that this is like a mystery. We're trying to find the missing numbers. And in order to solve a mystery, you have to be a detective and you have to look at what clues you're given. And on a number line, your clues are going to be when you have 2 numbers next to each other. So I have 74 and 76 right next to each other. If I can figure out the interval or how many it's skip counting by, then I can figure out those missing numbers pretty easy. So let's see, is it counting by ones? 74 plus 1, no, that doesn't equal 76. Let's do another one. 74, let's try counting by 2s. 74 plus 2, that would be 75. 76, that does equal 76. So our interval on this number line is counting by 2s. So if I start back at 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70 comes after 68. 72, 74, 76, 78, and 80 comes after 78 when I'm skip counting by 2s. And so here we go. I have figured out that A equals 70, B equals 72, and C equals 80 on this number line. So we were detectives and we figured out the missing numbers. Let's do another. Okay, so this one wants us to draw an open number line. Okay, so an open number line is just when you have a blank line with no numbers on it. So on your piece of paper, I want you to draw a blank line that has no numbers on it, and you can just put the anchor number 0 at the front. We need to put 3 points on this number line. We need point G, which is the number 2, point H, which is the number 5, and point I, which is the number 18. I have to know that number lines always go from least to greatest when I'm working with an open number line. And so that means I need to figure out the biggest number of these 3, and that's going to be my second anchor number at the end of my line. And so looking at 2, 5, and 18, which number should be my second anchor number? Hopefully you said 18 was the biggest. Let's go ahead and plot 18 at the end of this open number line, and that's going to be point I. Now, I don't just want to throw point G and point H anywhere on the number line. I want them to be relative to 0 and 18 where they belong. So I wouldn't just put 5 smack dab in the middle. That doesn't make sense. 5 isn't halfway to 18. So in my head, I'm going to draw a little dotted line to show you what I'm thinking. In my head, I know that 9 plus 9 equals 18. Another way of saying that is that 9 is half of 18. So I know that 9 should be in the middle of my number line. And I'm just imagining that that's where 9 is. Now I can put point 5 and point 2 because I know that 5 is about halfway to 9. And then 2 would be much closer to the 0 than to the 5. So I'm going to plot point G, which is 2, last, and I'm going to put it pretty close to the 0. Good job, friends. We plotted G, H, and I on this number line. All right, guys, this is the last one for today. Go ahead and pause the video and draw a number line to match mine with Q as your first anchor number, 121 as your last anchor number, and 81 and 91 in the middle. Unpause when you're ready to solve. It says label point Q with the correct whole number. Okay, well, once again, I'm being a detective. I'm trying to figure out the missing numbers, and the only way for me to do that is to use the clues that I have on the screen. So my clues are going to be 81 and 91 being next to each other. So I have to figure out what this is skip counting by. It's not counting by ones. It's not skip counting by 2s. Do you know what it's skip counting by? How do I get from 81 to 91? It's skip counting by 10s. Good job. 81 plus 10 equals 91. So this one's a little tricky because to find Q, I have to go backwards from 81. And the only way for me to do that would be to take 10s away. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a little picture of 81 using rods and units. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1. And if I take away a 10, I'm left with 71. All right, let's keep going backwards. Let's take away another 10. That's 61. Let's do it one more time to figure out Q. Let's take away 10, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 51. And now I've solved this problem. Q equals 51 on this number line problem. Excellent job, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Parents Math Tutor. Please leave a like and a subscribe. Tell others about our channel to help the channel grow so that everybody can have some free math tutoring. See you later. Bye.